getting ready to do the blown glass.
That's why we got the long metal pipe, just for getting the glass out. The front of our pipe is already preheated, so we never want to grab anywhere it's not shiny. While we're working, we have to keep it turning. It's kind of like roasted a marshmallow. So I'll hand that to you. I'm going to open the door. And then we're going to just set it in there. Right there. And I'll grab it. It's nice and warm up there, right? So what I'm going to do is hit the end of the pipe and I'm going to go a little deeper and I turn. So when I reach the glass, I spool it right up on the end like that. It's like honey when it's that hot. So that's why we have to keep it turning. Nice, smooth and steady to keep it nice and round. Whenever it gets droopy, we can fix it by stomping with that side on top. Let me go ahead and take over here. Right now we're just going to let the glass cool down. As it cools, it'll harden. Eventually become solid enough. Now we'll go back in and add another layer. So if you use kind of both hands to turn nice and smooth, that makes it a little easier. No, keep that going, right? Grab it here. We're going to keep turning. And each color is going to get one side. So we're going to set one side as teal. I'll flip it to the other side is blue. One side is pink. And that last side is blue. So which one's your favorite? Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to get a little extra on the top before I round out our shape. Making sure it's nice and neat. Now when we're making a large bowl, we need more color than what we have right now. So what I'm going to do is melt these little chips in a little bit. So normally we won't heat these up at first, but I don't feel like walking all the way. So as this heats up, we kind of peek it. Just take a couple seconds to make sure I get the right colors on top of each other. Nice and smooth. If we're like gripping it really tight, it kind of actually makes it harder to keep it even. And yeah, those little bearings up there will kind of hold the weight of the glass. We'll get everything nice and soft, and then we can start to make that flower petal look. Up tightly. Because you can see it's starting to twist a little bit. We want a lot more of a twist. So I shape up the sides first, and then I start to turn in one spot. Changing my angle, I can work the twist up at the end more. So now instead of 4 different sides of color, we've got this nice lines spiraling up the shape. Start to work it back nice and round now too. You can hear it's already hardening a lot. So what we'll do is heat this up again, making sure it's nice and soft. I'm going to get a little bit of water on it right now. You'll want to grab right in front of my hand. We're going to start at the top. We're going to pull straight back. Flip it. The same on the other side. We'll do that 2 more times. Now let me do it now. And now this side. Kind of hardens up, doesn't it? Excellent. Now I'm going to give each one an extra pull. What I'm doing is anchoring them all the way at the bottom, making sure that they go back. I'm going to do those going forward quickly, pulling these same points to the end. Once we have those out there, I'm going to have you cut that off. So, right back to your one cut. Now this time, every 10 seconds or so, switch the direction that you're turning. What that's going to do is make sure that the colors don't spiral again.
The other way.
Yeah, just every so once in a while, change in that direction. Just make sure we don't get any more twists. Cut it by the time I'm done. Each one to the top. To cut it, you're going to use the square part coming right about here, kind of going chomp, chomp, chomp. Just make it harder and harder. And gives it a nice little finish up at the top. So we can put a bubble inside of the glass. Alright, so I'll grab it there. And we're going to use a wooden soup soaked in water to shape it. So we use the water to make sure that the wood doesn't burn too much and that it doesn't put a bunch of like charcoal all over the glass. So you'll grab there. We're going to come underneath the glass and we're going to press up towards the center. Go forward. You can push a little harder. You can see that really rounds it out. So now that you got that nice and round, you can set that back in your bucket of water. Perfect. What I'm going to do is blow air in the back and I'm going to trap it with my thumbs. Now all that heat from the glass makes it expand inside the pipe, and it's going to push a bubble right out in the middle of our glass. And that bubble is going to keep growing. You can actually see our shape getting bigger. Just like that. So I'm going to give it one more quick heat. Quite as soft as the thicker glass at the very top. So then when I blow, it's going to push the bubble to the thicker glass, making it even out. I've always found that doing this 3 times gives me the best result. Alright, so one more blow and it should kind of inflate like a light bulb. You can see that top rounded out nicely. Alright, so let's have you over here, kind of rolling it back and forth. And I'm going to hook it up to this big hose. So this hose is going to go on the back. Make sure it's cleaned off for you. And when we come back over, you'll have the hose and you'll be able to stand here blowing through it. Watch me shake it here. We'll want to heat it up first. Right now, it's already hard. And only when it passes out. So let's head on over. So I'll start to squeeze right where the end of the metal pipe is. And I want you to blow very softly. Stop there for a little bit. Now let's blow nice and softly again. Blow a little bit harder now. Stop. Let the glass cool down for a bit now. So we've got about the right amount of volume inside of this ball to make our bowl. So to take this simple round ball shape, turn it into the bowl, we have to open it. So I'm going to use a blowtorch to heat the very top center. Everything else is cooling down and hardening except this small section. I'll have you blow again, just like you were. And it's going to start to stretch thinner. Like that. That's exactly what we want.
She's like, oh shit.
So now we have a hole, and this little hole is going to become the lip of the hole. So I heat it up a little more. What you do is press down and open it a bit. Since it's got a hole in it, we don't need to blow through it. So it's just like that.
Nice color.
And this time I'm really just going to focus the heat on the front half. I don't want the bottom to get too soft, because it's already a nice round shape for a hole. So when we go over, I can take that soft front half and stretch it out and make it into a nice wide shape for our hole. You can really see all the color and pattern we get now too. Now that the front's soft, we'll bring it over. And all I gotta do is go in and press down on that opening. So now we have a nice round hole, but we want to give it that wavy lip. So what I'm going to do is use the spinning, heat, and gravity to finish the shape.
Cool.
So again, I kind of focus the heat on the front more. And because the lip's the widest part, as I'm spinning it, it's going to start to stretch out wider. Come out, turn it a little bit faster, and I angle down and I slow the turn. Letting gravity pull the lips in, giving it that nice rumble. Just like that.
Beautiful.
You can see that pattern goes all over here. It's easier to work with. That sticks right to our bowl. So I can cut off just enough. Press our Oregon Coast 2019 stamp right into that connection. Make sure it's nice and even. And I use a little letter P to tell me this is one of the ones you guys made it. Or you don't mix it up with somebody else's. Or lastly, making sure that when you get it home, it's not going to be wobbly. Just wait. Ollie grabs it up with a really big glove. And it's been on a 920-degree kiln. So make sure it's nice and flat. And inside there, with all the other stuff,